welcome to another exciting edition of Diary Room Open Mic with your producer mccrae and your host Janelle.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us once again on Diary Room Open Mic. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button.
Yes.
That way you know when we come out with new content. You'll get the alert, set your notifications on. And I'm so happy to be back, mccrae. I know it's been a break. We missed last week.
Yes.
mccrae.
Yes. I was hungover. I also was working. Yes, I'm always hungover, folks. But yes, I've been so busy. It's been insane. It's my busy couple months here, and it's going to be like that for a little bit. But hopefully I can make time to do the show because it's a blast every time I get here. I'm like, oh, yeah, this is the best. This is so fun. Yes, I am hungover today, too. So
I love it.
No. But yeah, let's talk about Big Brother.
Let's talk.
What did you think of the twist?
I love the twist. I'm obsessed. So I feel like this would have been a great twist to have for BB20, also known as Small Stars.
Small Stars.
To break up that huge alliance. Like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Or even, like, there's so many seasons of Big Brother, this could have been useful.
Yep.
There's usually a large alliance running the house in modern BB. And I know the fans have been vocal about that. So, I mean, it should have happened sooner.
Yep. Yeah, this is a good way to actually do it. It does remind me of Survivor, breaking up into smaller tribes. I definitely like it. It mixes stuff up. You know, this is a pretty bold and crazy twist compared to a lot of the other twists. But, you know, what makes a good player in Big Brother is, like, your adaptability. So, like, when something like this happens, you have to adapt, you know.
Yeah.
That's what makes a good player. So, to me, it's like, well, again, you separate the wheat from the chaff, as they say. Yeah, we might not like what happens, but, like, Big Brother is all about just randomness, too. You know, there's so much randomness in Big Brother. It is what it is kind of thing.
Yes.
But, yeah, I don't know. It's I like it. I know people hate it. The thing that I was most concerned about is like people living in the backyard. Like that's kind of like to me it's like that's a safety concern. One, it gets so hot in LA days or whatever, you know. Like it just is melting people out there.
It's got to be rough.
Well, and like I don't know if you ever saw it or they had it during your season, but they put that big cover over the top.
Yes.
Like I wonder if they did that. But also then it's just baking them alive.
There's no air. Yeah, that would just be gross.
The airflow. Yeah, that's the worst
And
part
there's just no
this.
breeze. Like there's no breeze back there because you have like walls on every side of your yard. So you're definitely not getting a breeze back there.
Yes.
It's got to be pretty hot.
That was my first thought too. I was just like, man, people are gonna die. Like this is gonna be.
How about Terrace winning that HOH? Can you believe it?
That's crazy. It's crazy. People like pointed out that Michael, the way that Michael picked the back and forth, he actually he made it so that either him or Turner would win.
Yes.
HOH or whatever. But like, yeah, I mean, Terrence winning it is big. It's again another shakeup of the game.
I love it.
Yes, huge.
I'm so happy for Terrence.
Yep.
He's playing so good.
Yeah.
And he's like my age, right? He's like 42.
Not a day over 21.
Okay. But no, I love Terrence that he's playing the game, which is so nice to see.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. It's like when he was just sitting on the block the whole time, it's like he can't do much. So like you don't really get to see what his gameplay is like.
Right.
So that's why it's huge to see like, oh yeah, this dude's playing the game and
yes.
He actually has some power, which is nice. And you know, he gets to choose, I guess. Yeah.
I love that.
I love it too. Yes, the outside. I mean, have you seen anything about like? The thing about it is, the fans drive me so crazy. They always are like, we need a twist to shake things up, and then a twist happens. Then it's like, this is the worst thing ever. Like,
what do you think of the fans this year? Because I went on the Jack Vita show, and I was like, dude, these fans are beyond anything I've ever seen before.
Show. Like you did that with Rachel.
Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of press, you guys, for Snake in the Grass because it airs next week. So Rachel and I did like, I don't even know, so many shows and podcasts.
Just awesome.
So many. And we did the Jack, some of them don't come out until after the episode airs, obviously, because there's spoilers.
Okay.
But the Jack Vita show, I think it came out last night. So if you guys don't subscribe to Jack Vita, definitely go on his YouTube page and subscribe. He's got great reality TV content as well.
Yeah, like you guys together, like that's like, oh yeah, I want to hear that conversation.
It was really cool because we got to talk, me and Rachel got to talk with Jack, and it was more about like our story, like how we kind of even did Big Brother. And Rachel and I realized, and we used to live together in Greece, by the way, we were sequestered on Amazing Race together. We're very similar. Like we were both like models. She was like a Sturgis model. She was like Miss Sturgis. I did pageants too. And then we both did Miss Hawaiian Tropic, and I won and she won. And then we both did bottle service. So like, I mean, we're very similar.
Yeah. I'm guessing that, producers were like, oh yeah, this is Janelle too.
Yes.
Or this is going to be Janelle. And yes, I mean, she has a huge personality also.
Yes.
Like, you guys are very similar. No, that's why I'm very excited to see Snake in the Grass.
It's so fun. Yeah. I am excited to see how they edit it. And I know a lot of people have been commenting on Twitter like, oh my God, are you the Snake, Janelle? And, I'm not going to say. I will give you this, though. The prize is $100,000. Like, that's what the prize money is. So if the Snake wins, the Snake gets $100,000. But if you work as like a group and decide you have to vote together, if you vote the same and you discover the Snake, then you get to split the $100,000. It's a really fun game. It was actually one of the most fun reality shows I've done.
Really?
Yeah, because it was so quick and fun, and it was like, it was a great time. It was 36 hours in a jungle. It was basically like Survivor meets The Mold, but like you start playing like that second, and you just go crazy, start playing this game.
You heard that The Mole's coming back.
I did, yeah.
Robin is casting it, I believe.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
I would do The Mole in a heartbeat.
You'd be so good at that, mccrae.
I don't think I would.
Hit her up.
Nah, I should. I would. We actually just watched the first season of Celebrity Mole, that show is so fucking good. I love that shit so much. Yes, we'll cover them all. Let's see, what else are we talking about? Michael winning again. He's killing it.
So he's absolutely killing this competition and like this game. Like anyone who like dogs him on fucking social media can just piss off.
Piss off is right. Yeah.
He's playing a phenomenal game.
Insane.
He's strategic, and he is good at winning physical and mental challenges. Like, this kid is a beast.
He really is.
God.
He's like one of the better players I think we've seen in recent memory.
Yeah, who's playing better than him?
I mean, yeah, even like the past 4 seasons, maybe even thinking back that far.
He blows the competition away. He has to come back and play again.
Yeah.
Like, he's so good.
Yeah, I know his fiance is not happy about that prospect.
Really?
We were just talking about Michael seems like he's a shoo-in to come back, and he's like, oh, don't tell me that. Like, I don't want to go through it again.
Yeah.
And that is another fucking thing about it, where it's just like the fans that beat up on Michael, I'm just like, what are you doing?
And I've said this a lot on the podcast that I've been doing press for, and they always ask me, I feel like the fans have gotten really toxic on Twitter, and those are they're like newer fans, they're like tweens and teens.
Yep.
So like newer to the show, but like they believe that Twitter is the fan base and it's not the fan base.
Yes, exactly.
There's people that have jobs that are not on social media during the day, and those type of people are just watching the show at night. They don't watch the feeds. That is 80% of the fan base.
Twitter.
Then there's 20% that do watch the live feeds because they're retired. So they're older. They're retired or they're on disability. Lots of old people watch the feeds. They love it.
Oh, yeah.
So these young, very young people under the age of 18 that are watching the show saying it's their show and they're going to call CBS. Like, guys, people have been calling CBS for years. They don't give a fuck.
Since the beginning. They do not care.
They don't give a fuck about you.
They don't care.
Do you know that all the times I was evicted, people would call up CBS and scream and send pieces of crap to Julie. Like, I don't even know. Like, it's been happening it doesn't make a difference. And the producers know that the fans are like this because they know that the live feeders are the most intense of the fan base.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they definitely do not make up the largest portion of the fan base. Okay?
That is not where their money comes from. Yeah, exactly. And and that's the thing where it's like being loud online, you're only doing CBS a favor. You're only helping them out with engagement.
They're getting more
press,
they're
more
getting
PR.
more tweens and teens, and that's great. But it's still, I mean, you have to really look at it as a whole. The fan base is, a lot of them have been watching the show forever. They're over the age of 30. They've been watching this forever. They're 30 plus. They're not on Twitter. Promise.
No. Yep. It's the fandom has gotten so bad. I mean, I've heard of a couple people, like longtime viewers, that basically are like, we're done. Or like,
oh yeah.
You know, like some names that people would be interested to hear, but basically just like, you know, people are getting doxxed over stuff, and just like, to me, I'm like, I don't know. It just is really worrisome, and like people can be like, well, it's not all fans, but it's like, when you say not all fans, it's like, well, then do something about it, or like speak up on it, or like, I don't know, like, and it goes both ways, you know, like. You can be a leftover stan, or you could be like the other side of the house stan. But like,
and every person's gonna have fans and stans. They might just be watching the show in Alabama that are just like, I fucking love Jasmine. Like, she's fucking great.
I mean, absolutely. There's got to be a fan out there.
Yes.
Of Jasmine. So to me, it's just I don't know. I don't know how to make it better. I don't know.
But it's been like that since the beginning.
Yes.
Like, if you guys don't, I mean, even season 6 was like that. It was like. There were some fans of the friendship.
Yep.
They just were not loud.
Yep. Absolutely.
Because those fans were a little bit older, maybe more strategic thinking. They were into the game aspect, where our alliance was younger and like we were all single. So we had like all these teenage fans. So like, and our fans have grown with us over the years, by the way. So whatever.
No.
It is what it is.
Yes. The fandom just drives me so crazy every year.
Don't you think it would change though I feel like if there were a legend season, it would change the fan base a little bit again, because every time you do like an all-star season or have someone old back on, they're like, okay, sign me up. Here we go again.
I mean, I don't know. A legend season would be interesting.
They've been talking a lot about it.
I mean, Spoiler Girl said that the next season's going to be only single time played.
Spoiler Girl is not even a real like, is that even a thing? She's always wrong.
Always wrong. And then like Frenchie gets on Twitter and is like, "Yo, I would play a completely different game. It'd be so much different." It's like he gets on and says the exact same shit he said before he was ever on the show, where he's like, "Robin needs to put me in that house because I would shake shit up and I would like," and he's just
so
like,
funny.
That's always how he talks on Twitter, and I'm always like, dude, shut up. You'd go back in, you'd play messy as hell, and you'd get evicted. I wouldn't mind seeing Frenchie back, but I mean, he needs to chill out with like begging fans and producers to fucking be on the show. Like, dude, they'll call you. Crazy. You don't have to beg the fans. Yes. No, the interactions that most alumni have with fans is fucking getting terrible too. Like I like Tiffany a lot, but she thinks she's the greatest shit that's ever walked the Big Brother earth.
Oh, I love Tiffany.
I love Tiffany.
She's a sweetheart. I've talked to her on the phone. You know, it's.
There's like, let's see, what Jessica Milagros. I like her a lot.
I love all the alumni pretty much. Like, I feel like I'm friends with pretty much everyone. She locked her account, and I was like wondering. I mean, like, it's just like locked up now or whatever. What do you mean?
I was like, just like you can lock your account on Twitter where it's like,
you can't have.
People can't follow you, or
you can't, no new followers.
Yep, no new followers, or like,
or if they see you on like the Big Brother tread on, like, you might like this on Twitter, you can't comment because you won't see their shit.
Yep,
that's smart. I should do that because I don't really.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like wondering if she did that because the fandom has gotten so crazy this year.
Well, it has, because there's all these tweens on Twitter, and they comment on my stuff, and I'm like, I don't care about you. I don't even want you as a fan or a follower. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
yes, that is a good portion of so many people.
And they're like, Janelle, you got dragged on Twitter. And I was like, I did. I didn't see it because you're all blocked.
Yeah, exactly.
Congratulations. You're talking to yourself.
Yep. No, I got to start doing that too. Like, I just got to start going through some of the dumb like hashtags and being like,
oh my God,
every single one of you people, I don't ever need.
There was someone that tried to do a hashtag cancel Janelle, and there was only 2 tweets. I was like, so yeah, pathetic. Girl, your mission is so cool,
so smart. All right, on that note, let's go to a break. We'll see you guys on the other side. Bye bye. And we're back. What? I'm so stupid. What else is going on?
So let's talk strategy game BB24, because we've been just kind of bouncing ideas around. So let's talk about the veto winners and like, so Terrence nominated Joseph and Turner, which bums me out. Like, I love Joseph and Turner so much. I'm fans of both of theirs. And then Kyle goes and spills the beans about the leftovers. Like, oh my God.
It's
like,
smart.
Great for his game, but like, you're not going to win that way. You're not, it's like, it's really dicey because it's a gray area. Like, obviously everyone in your alliance is going to find out that you're the reason the alliance is no longer an alliance. So you may have gained this week and a couple more weeks and whatever, but it's going to be harder to win.
Yep. It's that's the thing where it's like it seems short-sighted, you know, like,
very short-sighted. He did it for a showmance. Like, Alyssa's not even that big of a game player to me. Like, I'm like, you're talking about someone that hasn't won a competition. She's just a vote, but you're going to throw your game away for that. I mean, I get it for the game strategy, but I don't think it was the best move.
I don't think so either. I think it's a decent move though, but it's one of those things where it's like
if he can get people to trust him again.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue is like coming back when the two sides reintegrate.
And now he's going to be a bigger target. Like, you almost want your showmance to be in jury to vote for you.
Yes, 1,000%.
You want that?
Yes.
You know?
That was one of the things where it's like when I was in my showmance on the show, I basically was like, I wish, like, my ultimate goal was to cut Amanda at final 3.
Oh, you little player, you.
Well, it's like you got to make a sacrifice.
You were going to seriously?
Yes, that was the dream.
Oh my
that
God,
was the dream.
mccrae.
Like, make a sacrifice at the end to the big brother
I would have
gods.
I would have never done that.
I knew she would have voted for me still.
If you would have taken her out?
Yeah, she would have.
You're so bad.
She would.
I would never want to be in alliance with you then. I'm just kidding. I remember my showmance though. I definitely used him as a meat shield, which worked because he was a huge target too, and he was very physical. He was like a fucking whatever. He did that karate stuff. He was like very physical, and he was a huge guy.
We talking about Michael?
Michael. They were dumb enough to get rid of him over me
because he was loud. He was boisterous. He was the ultimate foil to Cappy, right?
Yeah, he was very like alpha male, you know, like the most alpha male there was in the house, and he was like, "I'll fucking kill you."
That was my mom was basically like, these people are fucking crazy.
We were crazy.
You need to watch this season. I was like,
it was crazy because I don't want to get into that. We only have a half an hour, so we don't want to do BB6. Okay, we were talking about strategy. So then Michael on his side of the fest, he's nominated Jasmine and Monty.
Seems basic. I mean, that's fine.
I mean, Jasmine needs to go. Bye.
Yeah, she does.
I am rooting for the Leftovers Alliance, just so you guys know. So if I sound biased, sorry. I do root for them. So yeah, I hope Jasmine goes tonight. Obviously, Brittany won veto, so those noms stayed the same.
Yep.
Sorry, it's like a lot of stuff happening.
Yes.
And then on Terrence's side of the house, Terrence won the veto.
And used it.
And he used it, which reminded me of BB6 when I used it on Maggie and put her little buddy up. I did it just to mess with them. I loved it. Because I wanted them to, I had the same strategy as Terrence. I wanted them to like fight.
Yep.
I was doing anything to get the friendship to fight. They would not fight. And
it makes sense. You know, a lot of times I'm like, well, it's kind of a bad idea to, you know, use the veto, make someone else upset.
They're already coming after you.
Exactly. It doesn't
If
matter.
you know about the alliance, they're already coming after you. That's why I put 2 people in the alliance, and I was like, oh, just kidding. And I choose to evict, evict, I don't even know what I did. I'm so crazy. I was like, Maggie, I used the veto on her, and she was like, what? And I wanted to make it seem like we had a deal.
Yeah. See, but you have to do that, especially like in this middle of the game, you know, Terrence, like, he doesn't have anything, basically. You can't trust Jasmine. You can't, so to me, it's like, yes, you need people to fight. You need, talk about Michael, too. Last week, Michael was like, you know, I keep winning or whatever. I might be a threat, but if I can get the leftovers to start fighting also, then no one's going to look at me. And, I mean, he won again. He's HOH, and, like, I don't think anyone's really looking at him, you know? And even when this week reintegrates, like, will anyone be looking at him? Will anyone be looking at Terrence? Like, I mean, they might be just, like, going after each other. Like, it might be Kyle and Alyssa versus the rest of the house. Like, that's probably what's going to happen, I guess. And, I mean, It's great for Michael. Great for Terrence.
It's great for Michael and Terrence. It's really so. I am rooting for Michael still. I don't care what anyone says on Twitter. You guys can kiss my ass. I'm rooting for Michael and Taylor and Brittany. Those are still my three, and I love Turner too so much. I feel bad for Joseph because I think he's like a really good person. Like he reminds me of Kaser. Like this man is loyal. He has like through and through throughout his alliance, he's like protected them and like done everything in his power to keep everyone safe. And then to be totally snaked by Kyle, it really sucks and it's heartbreaking to see that. And I can see it on his face.
Yes, he looks sad.
He looks freaking sad.
Yes.
I want to give him a hug.
Yeah,
I do. I want to give him a Minnesota hug.
No, he does look really sad. It is a bummer, but again, name of the game is not like biggest sweetheart. You know,
I know.
You gotta. Yes, and like everyone online, like they're gonna be so angry, and it's because Kyle's a racist. Oh my God. I think Kyle's just dumbass.
I think Kyle's inexperienced in life. Period.
Yes, exactly. He's a fucking Mormon.
Not to even mention life, but something else.
Yeah. Yes, I don't like Kyle, but I do have to give him some credit. Like, good for him to fucking keep playing.
Yeah.
He's got something to play for. He wants to just keep banging Alyssa in the house. I mean, that's yeah. But no, the other thing I want to talk about is like,
why did he throw his game away for Alyssa though? Like, I just don't get it. I'm like, this
because
girl
he's a Mormon who doesn't fuck. Like, and now he's getting
she's not
attention.
Won anything. I mean, you're literally. I don't know. I think he's not the best of player.
No, I don't think so.
And he's
either.
not made the best choices in the game.
No.
I just don't know about him.
Yep. Taylor overrated. That's my fucking hot take.
You can't say that she's this mastermind.
No, and I think like that's exactly. But the way that Twitter makes her out to be is like she's the fucking the best player that's ever played. And like again, we're just like I think she's made so many mistakes and
she
like
made a huge mistake last week when she was HOH.
Exactly. Like to me, it's just like I think she's fine. Like even socially though, she's not that great. Like
I would say she's a sweet girl.
Yep.
You know, she's kind to people, and I love that about her. I mean, is she going to be this like fucking amazing mastermind or win a bunch of competitions? Like, I think that person is Michael.
Yes.
At the end of the day, like no one wants to admit it, but I just think he's the best. He's the one to beat in the game right now. Like they need to be targeting him if they're smart. Who's targeting him? No one.
No one.
Is that for
That's
him?
I know it's insane.
It's
wild to see. It really is. I mean, again, we have nothing but love for Michael. Turner's kind of like
I love Turner too.
He's been good. Like I think he's socially there. Like he just got taken off the bus. You're friends with me.
He's the kind that would be like save the turtles. You know, like
he's like a vegan or vegetarian maybe. Yeah.
Like I don't know. I really like Turner.
He's good. I mean, again, he's the craziest one from like preseason to now. Like,
oh my God, I know.
So wild.
Like I made fun of him not showering and like his hair because it was like a bad version of my old hairstyle from 2 years ago.
But
fun. He's a sweetie. I love him.
Yeah, he's great. I mean, who else is even in? Monty, another person like doesn't really. I don't know. I haven't seen him too much.
Monty. I feel like people are going to start targeting him because he's physically a very, very strong person.
Yep.
And we all know at the end of the game, it's like so much physical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've personally played against men in the final 3, and I'm like, fuck, this is so hard.
Yep.
I hate this.
Yeah. No, he's exactly. He's a physical threat, but like still right now, like the comps are fucking stacking styrofoam. You know, like like you don't need muscles for that.
No, I know. I think Terrence is playing a good game, and I'm really proud and happy for him.
Well, and it's a thing where it's like he hasn't really made too many enemies. Yeah. He's on the other side of the house.
I think if Terrence made it to the end, like, they might just be like, oh my God, him winning those 2 stupid competitions, what a fluke. And like after this week, he could just go under the radar again.
Yep.
And then like start winning things again. Like he could be a great one to win the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. He's got 2 wins under his belt.
And especially if there's a break in these alliances and things start shifting and there's too much betraying and moving around where the leftovers are like, I'm going to vote for anyone not in the leftovers. They just get really pissed off. Like, it opens up the gateways for like Alyssa or Terrence to like actually win.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And like, that's the thing where it's like when the alliance starts separating, like, oh, Terrence is a number to pick up now.
Yes,
you know,
so they're
like,
gonna start using him.
Yep, exactly. He becomes,
he's a benefit to them.
Absolutely. I think he's in a pretty good position right now.
He's doing great.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
proud of Terrence.
Yeah, exactly.
It's rare that you see someone over the age of 40 like getting really well.
Yep, absolutely.
Especially with a house of everyone's like in their 20s. You know?
Yep. No, we got to root for our old guys.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what else even. It's been good. The season's been really good. I think like the worst part about it is the Twitter fans.
I just block them all. I don't care.
Block them all. Let God
I told that to
sort 'em
Tiffany
out.
too. I was like, just anyone you don't like, just block them.
Yep.
That's what I do.
Yep. I mean,
even if
good.
they say something like remotely too immature for me, I just block them.
bye.
And it's not even about me.
Yep.
And they're probably like, why is this bitch blocking me? It's like,
Yep.
because you have worms for brains. Sorry.
On that note, I think we should end it. Thanks everyone for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. Subscribe, do all that stuff. Like us. I don't know what else.
Comment below. Anything else you want us to talk about? We do plan on having Michael on our show when he is back in Minnesota.
Yep.
That will be fun.
He's
so look forward to that.
Co-host.
I bet we'll get to be his first
interview.
Well, not first, because we don't actually do the interviews of house guests, because we don't do this for profit. Really, we just do it for fun.
Yep.
He'll be the first show that he comes and does a show.
Yep,
He might do a couple.
Yes, he's gonna lose his mind.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be so fucking sweet. That'll be so sweet. Yeah, we're month or two,
yeah,
or a month and a half maybe. We're getting there. Almost over.
And the finale of Love Island is next week. You guys know, if you follow me on Twitter, I am very into Love Island because I love the craziness and the lightheartedness of everything. There's no strategy.
Yeah.
Maybe there is, to not get voted off the island, but I absolutely love that show, and I love the cast.
Who are you rooting for?
Oh my gosh! Well, I'm a Zimmy fan, and then I'm also a Naja, and what the heck is his name? He's so cute. What is his name?
Brian.
No. Jeff.
Jeff.
I love
he
Jeff.
Does have everyone on that show has a fucking crazy name. It seems like.
I love me some Jeff. He's this cute black guy with tats, and he's just so sweet to his girlfriend. You guys are so freaking cute.
Amazing. Well, on that note, we'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.